Hello and welcome to Homer for Wednesday, June 11th, 2025. After long delay, I welcome you to, our second reading from Book 11. Today, we will be going from lines 15 down to 26, 27, 28, 15 to 28. Be witnessing some wonderful armor putting on by the son of Atreus. Let's do it. The son of Atreus shouted aloud and bade the Argives gird themselves for battle while he put on his armor. First he girded his goodly greaves about his legs, making them fast with ankle clasps of silver, and about his chest he set the breastplate which Cinyras had once given him as a guest gift. There had been a report, Kleos, abroad, reaching as far as Cyprus, that the Achaeans were about to sail for Troy, and therefore he gave it to the king. It had 10 courses of dark lapis lazuli, 12 of gold, and 10 of 10. There were serpents of lapis lazuli that reared themselves up toward the neck, 3 upon either side, like the rainbows which the son of Kronos has set in heaven as a sign to mortal men. Teras meropon anthropon. Great, awesome, let's sing it. Atreides aboesinides duonus dianogen. Argeius nendautos eduus tonobo pacalcon. Cremidas men prota peric nemes ineteke. Calas argureois in epispuriois araguias. Deuteronauntore caperistethes in adune. Ton potei hoi kinures tokeikse neioneinai. Pauta togar kupron de mega kleos huoneke kaioi. Estroie ne sinana plaus esta emelon. Tuoneka hoi ton doge caris dominos basilei. Tuode toi deca oi moia san melonos cuanoio. Duodeca de crusoio cae cosi casiteroio. Cua neoi detraconta sorore caco protidere. Tres cateathiris neoi cotesaste cronion. E nepeis terix eteras meropon anthropon. Awesome. Amazing. Okay, so zdonumi is what this word comes from. Zdonumi, great Greek word. Why is it such a great Greek word? To gird. Zdonumi, excuse me. Right, to be girthed around. What does it all mean? I think it's a very interesting word. And I think it's a very interesting word because there is a metaphor here. So Atreides, son of Atreus, called out that right then and there, ide anog and argeus, right? So he impelled them to zdonustai, right? So to gird themselves, and then he himself girds himself with, he puts on his greaves, his flashing, it's bronze, right? So first he puts on his, bronze, and then he starts with the greaves. And first of all, this is the same order every time, right? So there's going to be more armor tomorrow, but there's the same order of armor that's put on. So we always go greaves, then ankle clasps, then chest, right? And then he's also going to put on, some more stuff. Oh yeah, shoulders, et cetera, later on. But it's always the same sequence. And the reason why I think it's important that it's the same sequence is because if it's the same sequence, then perhaps there's something that you could see as a metaphor for the embodiment of the embodiment, right? The engirthing, right, of the armor on the person. So he's not just putting on physical armor, he's also putting on the story of the armor, if that makes sense. And yes, this armor itself is quite well mythologized, right? So this idea of a message being heard, right? It's almost parallel to the message of gird yourself up being heard, right? I've heard that there is a call to war abroad, and therefore I will give you as my guest friend this breastplate. Same thing here, there's the call for war, right? Atreides de Boes, right? And then he himself girds himself, right? And so he puts on this thing that like first came to him with another message for war. So there's a little bit of like doubling there, right? And then there's this very, very interesting sequence of numbers, right? So do decete crusoio kae cosicasiteroio, right? Oh, and there's also deco oi moyasan melonos QAnoio, right? So 10 courses, right? Oi moi of lapis lazuli, right? And then 12 of gold and 20 of tin. 10, 12, and 20, right? So this is actually a mistranslation. 10, it should be 20, a cosi. But some people translate it as the other way because actually these numbers don't make a lot of sense, right? So a course, right, is like a road, so it's like a little like line going up and down the thing. And how is it possible for there to be an extra 8 or 2 of these other colors if they're all in sequence, right? It's very difficult to imagine what this looked like as far as a pattern. If there's like extra ones of other ones, or at least like, there's like arguments for like archaeological evidence that this is kind of rare. I think that these numbers are here because the numbers 10, 12, and 20 are important for, and there will be other numbers tomorrow, but Homer is actually very insistent on his numbers, right? He uses very dreamy, cosmologically significant numbers, and I think that there's a lot that should be thought about with this. And right, because he's not just putting on the armor, he's putting on the whole numerology and understanding of the order of the universe that comes with a facilitation of numerological assessment of good and beautiful armor, which can be given from one ruler to the next as they are preparing for their battles abroad. Anyway, that's all I have to offer you today. I hope you enjoyed this reading of Homer. I hope you enjoyed my very allergic voice. Hopefully it brightens up soon. And I hope you have a wonderful day. See you tomorrow. Take care and be well. Bye.